Losing a loved one is difficult, and working with your finances during this time can be emotionally overwhelming. What you are feeling is normal. How do I know? I'm Linda Lingo, financial coach and money mama mentor, and I have worked with many widows during this difficult time. I want to share with you the Widows Planning Checklist I used with them and would like to share with you. By the end of this short video, you will feel confident to start pulling your financial information together so that you can protect yourself and be your own advocate. But first, a word of caution. You are going to have many well-meaning friends and relatives give you unsolicited advice as to what they think your right decision is. Of course, you will graciously say thank you, and I might say this is a great time to have a trusted friend or relative who is going to be with you during this time and who can be that second set of ears and eyes and who you can use to bounce ideas off of. So let's get started. What financial steps should a widow take in the first year of losing her spouse? Well, let me first say that this is an abbreviation of my blog. So if you want more information and more details, head over to lindalingo.com/blog. But let's get started with what I think are the major points. So first of all, you want to have a notebook. Why? Because the first couple months you are going to be in a fog. Totally in a fog. You will not remember conversations. You will not remember details. And so that's why you need a notebook, so you can write down the date, who you talked to, what you talked about, and any commitments or due dates. Critical information. Second is organize your information. You are going to be handling so many pieces of paper that if you don't get it organized up front, it will be overwhelming and cause you a great deal of anxiety. This is a great place for that friend of yours to step in and help. Let her do the organizing, everything from the birth certificate, the death certificate, social security card, any military information. All of these things you are going to be using over and over and over again when you're dealing with the estate claims over the first year. Third, is to contact your professional team. Now, this includes your attorney, your tax advisor, and your financial advisor. All are critical and play different roles. You need them all. Fourth is to review your cash flow for the first year. In other words, what are your monthly bills and what is your monthly income? You need to know this so that you can continue paying the mortgage and the utilities. You don't want any of those things to not get paid. And of course, this will cause more anxiety for you if your spouse is the one who is paying the bills. So unfortunately, you are going to have to dig in and figure it out. There's no easy way around that, but it's critical that you do it just for a sense of security so you know what you have coming in and what is going out. If you need more cash, one place to look are any investments that have death benefits. That means there's not a penalty for cashing it in upon the death of one of the owners. Things like certificates of deposit or annuities. So if you own either of those, you may be able to liquidate those, creating more cash flow initially. And then 5, collect your benefits. Now, this includes everything from Social Security to VA benefits if he was in the military. If he was working, then of course talking to his employer to make sure that you're getting any unpaid salary or vacation time, anything like that. And then of course be discussing things like his 401k or pension. 5 is to collect those benefits. And then 6 is to review your assets and liabilities. So this means what you own and what you owe so that you know where you stand financially. This should give you a sense of security, knowing what you have to support you the rest of your days. And then next is to complete the estate settlement. And this means changing the titles on everything. This doesn't have to be done right away. We're talking 6 months, 8 months down the road. But eventually you will need to get the title changed into your name or the trust name, your autos, You'll change beneficiaries on things like your checking account or your retirement accounts, life insurance. So make sure all of those things are getting taken care of. Here's a tip. Keep your joint checking account open for at least a year after his passing. Why? Because you will get checks with his name on it and you need to have a place to deposit those. And by leaving that joint checking account open, you can deposit it. It's got both of your names on it, so you can still withdraw it. It will just alleviate so much frustration down the road. And then, of course, you have to file your estate tax return within 9 months of his passing, so work with your tax preparer on that. And then take care of yourself, whether it's joining a support group, whether it's reading a good book. Difficult to hear now, but at the end of that first year is when you're going to want to start moving forward. That includes updating your estate plan, making sure you've updated beneficiaries on everything. Expand your circle, and make sure you don't lose contact with your girlfriends. And here's a word of caution is don't share your financial information too freely, and don't jump into a relationship too quickly, because there are guys out there that are looking for that purse, which means a financially well-established woman. So just be aware. So I've given you a lot of information. Like I said, head over to my blog for all the details. It may not seem like it, but there is life after grief. I'm here to have a free 20-minute conversation with you. You can DM me. Let's schedule a time just to make sure you're making the right decisions at this particular point in time. Until next time, I am Linda Lingo, financial coach and money mama mentor, educating women to achieve financial freedom.